I see that DraftKings has put out, and I don't know what you guys think of this, betting favorites for Tom Brady. Retirement doesn't seem to be one of the choices on where he'll end up. For some reason, the betting favorite right now is the Bucs, which I would not bet. I feel like that is clearly over, but it's plus 200 on the Bucs. Next up is the Raiders, plus 250. That's something that's been talked about for a while. Dana White said that Gronk and Tom Brady had a deal that got blown up somewhere to go to the Raiders. The 49ers are plus 350. That can't be anymore, can it? Brock Purdy's their quarterback, no?
Oh, that's funny. It could have been any one of three people that you said just now. I mean, are they really going to go into next year with Brock Purdy? No. I mean, they could absolutely do the thing of, we have Brock Purdy on, I mean, God knows how cheap that contract is. And we trade Trey Lance, and we let Jimmy Garoppolo go, and we pay our quarterback $800,000, and we preserve this incredible roster that we have for the next 3 years. I mean, it's not a bad plan, but that's really their long-term future is Brock Purdy?
It is magically delightful. Would it be Tom Brady? Yes, of course. Their long-term future, the next 10 years of Tom Brady. It is a funny thing to say out loud. Will the 49ers get rid of Brock Purdy for Tom Brady?
I mean, they'd have to pay him like 30. Jess looked up his contract. What's his contract?
He's making $870,000 next year, and it's the second year of a 4-year deal. So, yeah, it's pretty cheap. But I think the favorite still has to be the Buccaneers if they fire their offensive coordinator and maybe their head coach. But is he really going to get 2 head coaches fired in back-to-back seasons?
You have them. I thought that the press conference and every behavior of the last couple of years in private that got the Dolphins to lose picks would suggest, even a letter that he wrote that we misinterpreted as a retirement letter that was he already said goodbye last year to Tampa. I can't believe they're the favorite. Isn't it not being assumed? Is anyone, we all live in the same bubble here. Mm-hmm. You listening to this, you're assuming Tom Brady is playing, and you're assuming that it won't be in Tampa, correct?
Absolutely.
No, I don't assume it won't be in Tampa.
Really?
I don't.
Just, like,
I think
maybe
Tampa really wants him to come back for cap reasons.
Maybe
right?
this is but do you all just got to come in and acknowledge our bubbles? In my bubble, everything has been discussed of where he can go that's not Tampa. And there's a lot of conversation as well about how he sort of needs a lot of things around him now, and the Bucs do not seem equipped to provide those things at this point. And so you're looking at other scenarios with offensive lines and tight ends and skill position players and going, there are other places that are better set up for him at this moment in time.
San Francisco has all of those things for a quarterback that doesn't have Tom Brady's contract. For a quarterback at Brock Purdy's contract.
I would say collectively they're paying between Lance, Garoppolo, and Purdy about what Brady's salary is.
Garoppolo's making about $30 million, and they clearly don't need him. Brock Purdy can do those things cheaper. The Dolphins and the Patriots are plus 750.
What are the Jets?
The Jets and Giants, I think, were right after that at plus 900.
Because I was listening to the Mina Kimes show and Dominique Foxworth was on, and that's my bubble because that's how I get most of my NFL information. And they said that they thought the Jets would be the best landing spot for him because of how good the defense and the offense is set up for Tom Brady.
Like they literally just needed a competent quarterback, not even a good one, right?
I would love that to happen because then Stugotz's whole "do I have a quarterback" thing would take on like a triple meaning.
I watched a 10-minute clip, and I love that they're able to do this on NFL Live. I think it's one of the best shows going anywhere in sports. They spent 10 minutes talking about breaking down what the 49ers do, how they use their personnel, and how confusing it is to have them set up. You never know where McCaffrey's going to set up. You never know where they're going to put George Kittle. You never know if he's a tight end or a wide receiver. And then you've got Deebo Samuel running around healthy as well. They've scored 30-plus points. They're the only team right now that's overwhelming everybody. They play Arizona. They just swamp you. The games might be close for a half, but then they're in the 30s, and whether it's Seattle or Arizona. Now Dallas goes, up there. And I think, for as long as we've been talking this season, Billy, I think it's gone without saying. The Chiefs and the Bills have been the best since those 13 seconds they were playing. And then the Bengals snuck into the Super Bowl by beating the Chiefs because football happened. And I think most of the people listening to this are like, good God, San Francisco's won 10 straight, and they're just clubbing people. They're just punching people in the face with a defense that's more physical than you, an offense that's more physical than you, and a coach who knows how to use all of that personnel. That's a perfect place for Tom Brady. Though, like, if I just dropped him in there, if Brock Purdy could do that, what do you think that Tom Brady would do in that system?
Oh, it'd be incredible. It's just, if you're San Francisco, you have this young quarterback who, I mean, it all sort of depends on what Kyle Shanahan thinks of Brock Purdy. Does he think I just invented this quarterback out of thin air, or does he actually think that Brock Purdy has a longer term future? Because we talk about the value of getting first round quarterbacks. If you get a 7th round quarterback on a 4-year deal on the salary that he's on, the stuff that it allows you to do with your roster, they're going to probably have, at the very least, other teams trying to poach their players after this season, and certainly other teams trying to poach their coaches. We know that D'Amico Ryans has been linked with a lot of moves to other NFL teams, so other teams will be coming for the 49ers stuff, but they just have a bunch of free cap space and a bunch of minimum players at the quarterback position that allows them to keep this great roster. I would imagine Kyle Shanahan wouldn't mind having the threat of Christian McCaffrey being able to extend him to a new contract.
Dan, you want to see if Tom Brady's all in, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you mean? Of course he's all in.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, the game plan for him being all in is to take the absolute bare minimum, knowing he's got a $375 million contract with Fox. You take a $1 million deal and you say, 49ers, I'm here. Here's $1 million for 4 years. Let's do it. Who says no?
Pretty sure the players union.
Yeah.
Nah, but I mean, come on.
There is that.
How much money do you think he's making from the film 80 for Brady?
That's a great
He's producing it. He's got a cameo in it. It might actually be good. They did a whole CBS Sunday mornings thing.
It might actually be good.
It
There's
will
no
not
chance.
be good
See,
at
no,
all.
I
In
saw
my,
it
in
and
my
actually
bubble,
be good.
I think it
in
might
my
be.
bubble, Roy's in my bubble. In my internet bubble, the CBS Sunday mornings interview with the 4 actresses that are in it, it's like Lily Tomlin, Rita Moreno, Jane Fonda. They did an interview on CBS Sunday mornings, and they were getting praised for it in my bubble.
I love Rita Moreno, but there's no chance. This has cinephobe written all over it.
It's kind of a cute story, which makes me feel shitty because I've been also making fun of it, and I also don't like Tom Brady generally, so it's really tough for me because I love old ladies. We love or Golden Girls on
It
this
looks
show.
like a Golden
Gilmore
Girls went to the Super Bowl episode.
That's what it is.
exactly what it is. They heard our conversation about Golden Girls.
And what's
last
wrong
week.
about that?
They heard it, and then they went back in
Algorithm.
time, and then they made an entire movie.